Hey guys, what's up? Hopefully this mic's gonna work okay. It's weird. I went back to my Beeson video where I was in the dark and I was smoking and a cigarillo. I was smoking a cigarillo, and I was talking about 1984 and Hillary Clinton loving 1984 as a framework for the future of international government. Yeah, isn't that amazing, man? Like you're a real politician in this country, and you're telling us that international socialism is the way to go. Well, you need to leave the country. But I digress. I've been thinking, the Lord wants me to talk. He wants me to do what I used to do. I feel it because the time is now, right now. And if you want to hear about a lot of the stuff that I'm going to talk about, this is going to be part one of, I don't know, it's like a Bill Cooper type series that I'm thinking I'm gonna really try and condense quickly. But it's going to be stream of consciousness though, so it's not going to be scripted in any way. But I'm just going to talk to you on my porch here about them. Who's them? Well, it's pretty weird. Don't you think it's pretty weird in this country and the world, really, that we have these certain groups of people that meet in secret? They'll say, "Oh, it's a good old boys club, right? It's a club. We just sit down and we talk about global politics and finance and various other world issues, and we make plans." Look up this search term, Club of Rome. Okay, look up the Club of Rome, and put in their PDF, because you're going to find, I'm sure you're going to find a document that you can read the whole thing. And they have a plan, and they've had this plan since the creation of that document and before, guaranteed. They've had this plan. This is the new world order. This is what we're going to be talking about. Okay, and I'm going to try and just give it to you the best I understand it from, oh my goodness, it's 2021, right? Yeah. Since 2008. So count back from 2021, eight, minus 8 from 21. That's how many years I've been studying this. So I got a pretty good grasp on it, I think. Dot connectors, that's oh my God, that's what I'll call the series. This is dot connecting part 1. Okay, and I don't know how many parts it'll be. I'm gonna chop my head off. Anyway, Club of Rome documents. Their plan is to break this entire planet into 10 regions. And the taxes from the 10 regions go directly to the United Nations. That is the future government plan for this world. And it has been. I would say, it's been official since Club of Rome, but it's definitely, this is Nimrod. If you read Genesis, and there's a very ubiquitous king that he's held up as this mighty one. He became a Gibborim, a mighty one, the mighty ones, the giants. Gibbor is giant, and now it says he became a giant, That's really interesting, isn't it? You say, oh, the genetics, man. We're going to pump you full Captain America. You know what I mean? Watch the movie Cap. Look, they tell you everything that you need to know about what they have planned and what they're doing right now and in the future and in the past, all of it, in entertainment. But that's how they do the lesser magic. The way that they pull this is they say it's fiction. And because if you frame everything that you're planning as fiction, then you can do it right in front of everybody, and they're going to go, oh, well, that's just a movie, man. That's just a video game. But it's not. It's exactly what they've been planning from the start. Okay? And that's why I say, I'm going to start saying this more and more. Don't even call it the New World Order. It's the old world order. It's very old. Okay? It's Nimrod. I don't know how good the actual information historically on who they call Nimrod is. Okay? I probably thinking that they attach his name to a bunch of other names. Hammurabi and all this stuff. And I don't believe that shit at all. I believe his name was what it says in the Bible, which is Nimrod. And he was a world ruler that wanted to usurp the throne of God, just like Lucifer, because what this is the very first incarnation of what you would call the Antichrist spirit. Nimrod was the first. He's the first of global mention in the document that I call my holy scripture, which is the 1611 King James Bible. And put the Geneva Bible in there too, 1588, whatever it is. I have 1588, I think. Shanny got it. We got our copy of that from the house. I got to read all of that. I got to do a full reading of the Geneva Bible, man. And there's good footnotes and stuff I want to read. I digress. Nimrod. He's the first global king. He's the first Lucifer. He's the human Lucifer, the first incarnation of Antichrist. Okay, he's the first one. And these scumbag dictators, all through history, you know the names, one of which I can't even say on this platform. Why can't I use the H name in history? That guy. Like if I did a Nazi, I could still say Nazi apparently. If I did a Nazi salute on here, I would probably be removed from the platform forever. That's how much speech is gone in this country. So Christians, just know that you're here. You waited for this time for a long time, and it's right now. You are in it. It's the end of civilization. Daniel's vision in Daniel chapter 7, I believe it's chapter 7. Don't quote me on that because I'm so bad with addresses in the Bible, and I really need to work on that. But it's in the book of Daniel. It's Daniel's vision of the statue. And you are living in the era of the miry clay and iron feet. The clay and iron will not mingle, and that's the truth. And what is clay and iron? I'll tell you straight up. That it is body augmentation, brain chips, that type of stuff, and genetics, genetic manipulation. This is a repeating cycle of humanity, that they get to a peak point of debauchery and uncleanness, and they want to alter themselves and become supermen. We're going to make you the Ubermensch. That's Nazi. Okay? All of these ideas are eugenic based. The eugenics movement founded by Francis Galton, who is the cousin to Mr. Darwin himself. Yeah. Do you realize that evolution is a false Nazi doctrine? Religion. That's correct. Because when Satan looks at the book and he goes, man, I got to prove this wrong, what is he going to do? He's going to try and write his own fake book, Origin of the Species. Sure. Or as Peter Steele put it, the origin of the feces. Species, feces, yeah. We've turned into feces. Anyway. Galton, who taught that I can't even say this stuff because it's so offensive, and I would flag myself for even saying this stuff. But it's people of color, not even human, that type of thinking, and you wonder why there's so many atheist scientists that are just really disgusting individuals. It's because they have Nazi-based ideology, which is eugenics. You need to, if you've never heard of eugenics, God, the spelling bee, eugenics, E-U-G-E-N-E-I-C-S, eugenics. Man, I probably messed it up, but what are you going to do? I mean, I'm not a great speller most of the time. But you need to research the eugenics movement, and also look up the name Margaret Sanger, because she's just a wonderful woman that did great things for women's rights and abortion. She's a Nazi that hated, despised black people. Margaret Sanger. She said that every single black baby needed to be aborted. She's a good Democrat. Do you know that every racist law in this country was created by Democrats? That's correct. You want to talk about Jim Crow laws? People need to research history. Because if you don't research your history, you're going to repeat the bad stuff. And that's why we're having all of this censorship of speech. There's another H in history coming. That guy. That shit. It's coming again. And this one is going to be 10 times worse than the first. Than the last. Antichrist. Because it gets worse and worse and worse until the Lord goes, nope, you're done, and he throws a rock at it and boom, blows it apart. That's the last part of Daniel's vision. Daniel's dream of of Nebuchadnezzar's statue. You need to read Daniel, all of Daniel, every bit of it, and have the addresses and everything, and know it. If you're a Christian, you need to do this. You need to read the book of Daniel and Revelation, both, back to back. Just read them over and over again. Go to Daniel, read the whole thing, then go to Revelation, read the whole thing. Back to Daniel, read the whole thing. Revelation, read the whole thing. I'm preaching to myself. I'm going to start doing that. But I'm a little dyslexic, so reading is rough. Anyway. The New World Order plan is to break up the planet into 10 regions that will be paid to the UN directly. That will go to pay for, you guessed it, the elite of the planet. But what do you need to do first? Well, you need to get rid of outspoken, prophecy-knowing Christians. And their throats are getting cut every day. On social media, everywhere. You know why? Because the time is now. We are on the cusp of the international socialist takeover of the planet. But it's going to last for like an hour. And that's when the Lord says, that's it. It's over. Nebuchadnezzar's statue gets knocked over by a giant rock. And who is the rock? It's Jesus. Jesus Christ will destroy all of their efforts like that. So you need to know Jesus Christ. This is Revelation News Radio, part 1 of Dot Connecting.